In 1943, Bengal, an eastern province of India, was hit by a famine, but it wasn't because of any agricultural failure. It was because the then British Prime Minister Winston Churchill intentionally directed the redirection of food away from starving Indian civilians. That too to the adequately provisioned British soldiers and even to bolster European stockpiles which were intended for Greeks and Yugoslavs who were yet to be liberated. He believed the people of India are only slaves and doesn't deserve to live. But he forgot that India is not just a country but the land of one of the oldest civilizations in the world. Within 4 years, on August 15, 1947, India gained its independence from the British rule. It was a turning point that marked the beginning of our journey towards self-reliance and progress. Namaste everyone. On the occasion of India's 77th Independence Day, let's embark on a journey through India's remarkable transformation since independence, highlighting key historical dates that have shaped our socio-economic landscape. Fast forward to July 24, 1991, a day etched in economic history. India embarked on economic reforms, unlocking the potential of our markets and paving the way for globalization. Hold on to your hats for April 2, 1973, where India launched the Operation Flood, world's largest dairy development program. This marked the inception of the White Revolution, transforming us from a milk-deficient nation to the world's largest milk producer. And here's a gem, July 1, 1991, when the Green Revolution reached new heights with the launch of the technology mission on oilseeds. It helped reduce our dependence on edible oil imports. Rewind to September 15, 1950, when the Indian Institutes of Technologies, also known as IITs, and on 13th November 1961, Indian Institute of Management, known as IIM, were founded. These institutions became pillars of technological excellence and innovation. Hold on to your notebooks for January 5, 1984, when the National Policy on Education was introduced. This laid the foundation for educational reforms, focusing on access, equity, and quality. And now in 2023, we got our new educational policy, which will make the workforce highly specialized. And here's a tech marvel, August 15, 1995. When India's first internet connection was established. This was the dawn of the digital era that reshaped how we communicate and access information. Cast your minds back to April 1, 1950, when India launched its first 5-year plan. This marked the beginning of systemic efforts to improve healthcare, infrastructure, and accessibility. Fast forward to October 2, 2014, a date that resonated with every Indian. The launch of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan signified a movement towards cleaner surroundings and better health. Hold on to your stethoscopes for December 2002, when the National Health Policy was launched. It marked a significant step in focusing on primary healthcare and public health infrastructure. And here's a medical marvel, November 14, 2019, when the Ayushman Bharat Yojana was launched. This initiative aimed to provide health coverage to millions, fostering a healthier nation. This is one of the largest programs in the world, which benefited more than 220 million people till date. That is more than the population of many countries. Rewind to April 13, 1950, when the Constitution of India was adopted. This laid the groundwork for gender equality and women's rights as fundamental principles. Fast forward to October 2, 2001, a date that made history. India celebrated the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi by dedicating it to women's empowerment, marking the beginning of the Mahila Shakti Divas. On December 12, 2006, when the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act was enacted, this marked a significant stride towards protecting the rights of young girls. And here's an inspiring date, March 8, 2018, International Women's Day. India celebrated this day by launching the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign, emphasizing the importance of girl-child education. Travel back to January 26, 1950, the day our constitution came into effect. It marked the birth of a democratic India that cherishes its diverse cultures and traditions. Although ancient Indian democracy roots back to many centuries before a lot of today's religion were even born. Fast forward to November 9, 2001, a date when UNESCO declared India's traditional art of yoga as an intangible cultural heritage. Yoga, a timeless gift to the world, represents the union of body and soul. And since 2015, the world celebrates International Yoga Day on 21st June. Hold on to your imagination for December 11, 2012, when the living cultural heritage of the Kumbh Mela was inscribed on the UNESCO representative list. The Kumbh Mela, a centuries-old gathering, showcases India's spiritual presence. And here's a cultural gem. It was on November 16, 2010, Sanskrit was designated as a classical language. This recognition reaffirmed the significance of India's ancient languages in preserving our heritage. Rewind to June 6, 1972, a date when India participated in the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment in Stockholm. This laid the foundation for our commitment to environmental conservation. On July 11, 2003, Project Tiger was launched. It was a pioneering initiative aimed at conserving our national animal and its habitats, a testament to our commitment to wildlife preservation. In 2023, India is the land where most of the tigers in the world lives. Hold on to your eco-friendly bags for October 2, 2019, when the single-use plastics ban was implemented. India took a bold step towards reducing plastic pollution and preserving our planet before many major economies. And here's an environmental milestone, February 2, 2021, when India launched the Pradhan Mantri Urja Suraksha Evam Utthan Mahabhiyan scheme. This initiative promotes solar energy. Fast forward to January 25, 1971, a date when India broke Pakistan into two halves and extended recognition to Bangladesh, solidifying our commitment to regional stability and cooperation while keeping check on state-sponsored terrorism, which was reaffirmed on February 26, 2019 with the airstrikes. Hold on to your world maps for June 20, 1991, when India embarked on the Look East policy, later evolving into the Act East policy. These initiatives marked our intention to deepen diplomatic, economic, and cultural ties with Southeast Asia. And on January 25, 2018, India led the ASEAN-India Commemorative Summit. This marked a milestone in strengthening our partnership with the ASEAN nations. I can go on for hours of what we have achieved after being plundered for centuries. However, we are on the path of regaining our glory while walking on the Amrit Kal by 2047. Share these stories, ignite discussions, and let's collectively script a future that embodies our rich heritage, dynamic progress, and global leadership.